Since his sensational return to Formula 1 in March, Kevin Magnussen has been hard to miss with a big smile on his face. We already know how his comeback went when old boss Gunther Steiner called him about replacing ousted Russian driver Nikita Mazepin at Haas for the new season. He was preparing to go on a family vacation in Miami with his wife Louise and daughter Laura. He had given up any hope of racing in Formula 1 again. Greetings Formula 1 and Kevin Magnussen fans, we are back with another video. The following video explains Magnussen's Viking comeback. Keep watching to find out more. Okay, enough talking, let's jump back in. It took Magnussen 5 days to convince a skeptical Louise that accepting Steiner's offer was the right thing to do, and he is back in Miami this week as a Formula 1 driver. She was concerned about their new role as parents and whether the grueling 23 race Formula 1 schedule would fit into that. Sebastian Vettel and Sergio Perez used to be the only fathers on the grid before Magnussen's returned. When Magnussen and his wife Laura watched their daughter play in the cockpit of his Haas ahead of the Bahrain Grand Prix, it was an unforgettable moment in recent Formula 1 history. It is noticeable that the Magnussen of this period, he raced for McLaren in 2014, Renault in 2016 and Haas from 2016 to 2020, is different from the Magnussen of his previous stint. Away from the racetrack, he's more relaxed, more calmer. Some of that can be attributed to gratitude for an opportunity he never thought he would get again. But a lot of it has to do with a shift in perspective. Magnussen said, if you like what we publish on this channel, then kindly support our little channel by obliterating that like and subscribe button. Never mind folks, just kidding. Here's the correct saying. Magnussen says that becoming a father changes your perspective and makes you feel that someone else is more important than you. You grew up in the world where everything evolved around you when you were a Formula 1 driver, and I guess any top sports person. When you are a kid, you're just thinking about yourself all the time. As soon as you become a parent, you realise there is another person that is more important than you. As he drops his hand low, he adds, "You're not even the second most important now." His hand raises higher than drops to the ground. As racing drivers will tell you, once they're in the car with the visor down, all that noise goes away. However, away from the car, those things can drain mental energy, especially for younger drivers. Magnussen felt this way during his previous stint in Formula 1, where he established a reputation as a scrappy racer who got the most out of underpowered cars. Those same worries have gone away since Magnussen returned this time. We'll now turn our attention to Kevin's standings for this year so far. This is a crystal clear table, as you can see. In 2022, Kevin had a total of 8 Grand Prix races. His first race was in Bahrain on March 20th and he finished 10th after scoring 10 points. Saudi Arabia is the next country on the list, a week later on the 27th of March. Kevin managed to secure the 9th position with a mere couple of points. Even though he has only finished in the points twice this season, it's a great improvement over last year where the Haas team scored 0. When it came to the prospect of doing the same for Laura, Magnussen said, "I want to be very careful about pushing her into it." He replied, "I would like to keep her away from it, but I will support her no matter what. I laughed at the thought of us driving go-karts and stuff together if she joined the team. However, I don't have any hopes or ambitions for her to follow in her father's footsteps." If it had been purely down to talent, Magnussen would have never left Formula 1. In 2020, Haas replaced him and his teammate Roman Grosjean with Mick Schumacher and Russian driver Nikita Mazepin, who was financed by his father's company Uralkali. As a result of the Russian invasion of Ukraine and Dmitry Mazepin's close ties to the Kremlin, that sponsorship deal fell through on the eve of the season. Magnussen stepped in what was Haas's worst season in Formula 1. Even though he could have done a better job than Mazepin, Magnussen said, "None of those faults made me feel better. I didn't feel any pity." Is that the right word? Yeah. Leaving was the best thing I ever did. The 2022 car was largely a byproduct of Haas writing off last season as soon as possible, as it understood what the team was trying to do with the Mazepin money and why they originally had to move on. Mazepin understood what Haas was doing with the Mazepin money and why they initially had to move on. I was watching it from the outside. I saw what was going on. They abandoned that project to concentrate on this car project, so it made sense that they were struggling. The fact that they finished last in 2021 did not seem to appropriate for them. I was so excited to come back when I got the chance because I knew all their attention had gone to this car. They had fallen behind in 19 and 20 and then went all out to jumpstart this project. Our collective vision for Kevin's future is a big picture that remains to be seen. It will be exciting to see the upcoming performances, so if you want to stay updated and learn more about the Formula One world, we advise you to subscribe to our YouTube channel right away. This is Formula One Fans signing off. Stay safe.